Is this 2 videos in 1 week? Your boy is already back. Yo, like literally, this video's been recorded like right after the last video that I recorded and put on this freaking channel. This is like one of the first times in a long time where I've uploaded freaking more than one video in a week for a sport channel. Because usually, when it comes on sport channel, I upload 1 video a week, and that's pretty much it. But today's video, I want to talk about the future of the U.S. national team when it comes to women. What we can look forward to when it comes to the roster and things like that. The first thing I want to mention, like this is the very first thing that I want to point out when it comes to what we can look forward to, is Mallory Swanson. Her injury probably won't have her out so long to where she can't get caught up and play in any kind of like tournament, like the She Believes Cup, for example. We'll definitely see her in some friendlies leading up to that. So that's the first person who I want to mention is Mallory Swanson. We're going to have her back. We're going to have that killer instinct back. We're going to have one of the best forwards on the team back, which is an important thing for the team to have, is best players. Like, that's, at the end of the day, nothing matters more than having your best players, and she is one of the best players on the team. So seeing her come back would be a massive freaking thing, and that will would tremendously help out entirely. And then, like, outside of Swanson coming back, do you have the potential of who gets called up? Because again, people are retiring. We're not going to have Julie Ertz. She's retiring from the national team. Retiring from the national team. So people have to fill those roles. So who could look forward to fill those roles? Honestly, we're definitely going to see Ashley Hatch. I think we're going to see more Ashley Hatch. I think Taylor Korniak, who's you hear from me a lot, I think she's someone who we're going to start seeing a bit more from. We haven't seen her. We didn't see Person in this. She's also like injured in the WSL, so why she didn't get called in to begin with. But we'll likely see her again as well. I believe Ali Dahlkemper isn't retiring. I could be wrong, so we'll probably see her again, at least when it comes to friendly. So I won't see her for the World Cup, the next World Cup, but we'll at least see her when it comes to some upcoming friendlies. Then you have some of the younger players would you be seeing, like potentially. This is mostly for friendlies. You'll probably start seeing Jaden Shaw, get some call ups for some friendlies. So like, there's things to look forward to. Like, again, the reason the team lost had nothing to do with like a lack of talent. Like, understand that the team didn't lose because of lack of talent. The team lost because there's no cohesion. There's no good. The coach was bad. Like, we all know Vlatko wasn't great. But generally, what I want to say is that a lot of it's there's no cohesion. You need cohesion. You need people who are on the pitch and who are on the team, who got each other's back, through and through. Who are backing each other up through and through. Who are having a culture. You gotta have a good culture when it comes to the players. And I feel like that was lacking. I feel like there was a lack of a good culture when it came to the team. And I know people are going to be like, well, if they spent less time doing this, that has nothing to do with why they lost. Like, let's stop being stupid. Making TikToks isn't why they lost. Doing commercials isn't why they lost. They were doing commercials when they were winning. Like, that's just things that are hard to contract, because they play for the U.S. soccer team, and that team has freaking contractual obligations towards sponsors to use the players in advertisements. So it's not, shooting ads isn't why they lost the World Cup. Those ads were all filmed before the World Cup. And no, the political stuff isn't why they lost the World Cup either. First off, the word woke isn't a real thing. Like, let's understand that. Like, you gotta be a complete idiot to actually believe in the word. Like, whenever I say the word, I use air quotes, because it's not a real thing. It's a word that a guy used in like 2019, and then it just caught fire when it comes to like people just overusing it. Everything society that the way it is now was this way 30 years ago. Like, you don't believe me? Go back and watch a sitcom from 1999 or 1985, and it's exactly the same as a sitcom would be now. Things haven't really changed when it comes to how the media and TV shows and movies and music is. I know this isn't really about soccer, but we're getting into it. So we're talking about it. There's no script for my videos, so we're getting into it. We're getting into it. Going woke isn't why the team freaking lost. It has nothing to do with that. You know, a lot of people who say that kind of stuff, they don't agree with what the ideology of these players. They don't agree with their beliefs, and they don't agree with the idea of protesting publicly while wearing the U.S. shirts. They call them, you know, anti-American. They're not proud Americans. There's not a single person on this team who was not proud to be on the team, who's not proud to be an American. They understand, like, when you sit and call someone, because I've seen these comments. I think people say Rapinoe's not a proud American. I think people say that a lot of players on the team aren't proud Americans. They should be ashamed to even like be called up and not represent the country. Like, they're all proud to be fucking American. Like, none of them has ever said that they're not proud to be American. A lot of this thought process is just made up stuff on the internet, and people just, you know, go with it. You know, Rapinoe has never said anything anti-American, neither is anybody on the team. But because they're activists and they're very public about not liking where things are going or has been going, that makes them anti-American. Let me tell you something about protests. As someone who studies a lot of history, protest is one of the most American things that America can do. Literally, it's literally the most. So you see her saying they shouldn't be protesting at all, or they should protest somewhere else. There is no such thing as a perfect protest. You know why? Because protest usually implies being somewhere where all eyes are going to be on you, and you can get people to talk about why you're protesting, why they're protesting. Human rights. That's why they're protesting. Human rights. That's all they want. All they care about. Equal pay, trans rights, stop with the racist bullshit. Human rights. That's all it's about. So that's what the protest is about. And you have an issue with that. Why do you have an issue with that? Why do you have an issue with human rights? Why do you have an issue with equal pay? Why do you have an issue with any of these things? You know, your representatives in Congress and your senators and, you know, the president, the justice system, they won't care if no one's talking about it. So by them protesting, which is the whole point, people talk about it. People like, you know, we need to like hit up our representatives and be like, yo, we need to get some better pay for women. We need better rights for people who are trans. We need, you know, to allow women to have control over their own body. You know, we need to like get rid of this racist shit. And like, why are we still dealing with racism? This is such an old thing. Why are we still dealing with this? It's like, but that's why. And people are like, oh, it's anti-American and freaking protest. No, it's not. Protest is one of the most American things you can freaking do. America was born on protest. Like, that's a mic drop right there. That's the mic drop. America was born on protest. The entire thought process of having a revolutionary war is a protest. The Boston Tea thingy is a freaking protest. This country exists because of protests against the English. It's a country born on protest. It's one of the most American things you can freaking do. A lot of the things that made America better happened because of protests. Women's suffrage movement, it's a protest. Civil rights, it's a protest. A lot of the things that have advanced this country into being better has been a protest. That's why they're protesting, because they want to make the country better. They love this country so much they're willing to put their own face up front for those who are faceless. You know, the millions and millions of American citizens who are faceless, who don't have a voice. These women for this national team are putting their faces in front for them because they want America to be better. They love America so much, they want America to be the best country it can possibly freaking be. Because you lean, you know, to the right compared to them, you don't like that. And I mean, I don't even want to like do that blanket comment like that, because not everybody on the freaking right like is anti, you know, human rights, anti, you know, equal pay and things like that. Some people on the right are, you know, they're just where they fall at, but they have a lot more, you know, leftist thought processes than they want to admit, and they're a lot more progressive than they want to admit. They just, you know, vote right. And I know this has something to do with sports, but you know, we're here because we gotta talk about it. You know, because y'all gotta get over this. I'm so tired of looking at or reading sport articles or sport posts on Facebook and Twitter, and then see the comments people going, they're not American, they're not proudly American. You know, they went woke and they lost. It's like, stop. You know, because the second the team gets back on track, The second they get a good coach in there who knows how to freaking put a good formation together and knows how to do perfectly timed substitutions, and they start winning, you're gonna be proud of them. Most of y'all wasn't even watching the games anyway, especially dudes. A lot of you dudes weren't watching the games anyway. A lot of y'all don't even watch soccer. Let's be real here when it comes to Americans. A lot of y'all ain't watching soccer. So like, not only is a lot of y'all not watching soccer, a lot of y'all aren't watching the women's team. So like, to sit here and tell y'all don't even know these players. Y'all don't know them personally. So sitting here, telling them what their beliefs are, or sitting here telling them that they don't like America or they're not proud to be American, when you don't. Have you asked them that question? Have you asked any of them, are they proud to be American? Someone asked Rapinoe if she's probably American. She says she is. So it's like, y'all gotta change up this y'all mentality and y'all mindset. Because honestly, you'll be a lot less miserable. A lot of y'all just sound miserable. You'll be less miserable if you stop, putting words into other people's mouths and assuming that they hate America because they want America to be better. That doesn't really go well together. Like, they want America to be better, so they hate it. Maybe you're okay with, the bigotry of the country because you're part of it. So you're like, I'm good with it. You don't have to be better. You can't get better than we are right now. Okay. Let's get back on track. Let's talk about soccer. We're talking about soccer.
Attention, please. This is the newest game launcher, and we're going to talk about soccer. We're not going to talk about politics and people on the internet. Just that in the coming days, or the coming months, the coming years, when we get to the Chivalries Cups and the Friendlies and the Olympics and the next World Cup, there will be other people who are on the team, like Mallory Swanson coming back from injury, like Christian Press coming back from injury, like Tobin Heath, maybe.
Is Tobin Heath coming back? I think Press is coming back. No, she's done with a knee injury. I think when she's feeling like she's ready, I think Press is coming back. Is he coming back? I don't know if Tobin Heath is coming back. No one knows that she's retired or not. No one knows if she's even injured or not. No one knows. But there was a moment during the recap podcast with Alyssa Thompson where Heath did say we can't wait to play with you, which kind of implied like she was coming back. So you can look forward to the return of Tobin Heath and Christian Press and Mallory Swanson when it comes to injuries. And then like I said, Taylor Korniak and Jaden Shaw and Doug Camper potentially. More Christy Mewis. We didn't have Sammy. Sammy injured? I think Sammy might be injured. I don't know. I don't remember. But like, honestly, there's a lot to look forward to. Like, all jokes aside, all politics aside, all the sadness and depression of the team losing aside, there's a lot to look forward to. Like, I watched NWSL, so I see the young players who are like this is look forward to. Her first game back, Ashley Sanchez scored. Her first game back, so we still scored. There's nothing to look forward to. Messiah Bright, goddamn. Like, these things to look forward to. It's hard to be upset at the team when you see the NWSL, when you see the talent that the NWSL has, and it's just like, those people can make a difference. They can make a difference. And someone's gonna go, well, why didn't they get called up? That just goes back to the Black Gold stuff. And I want to keep going back to the Black Gold stuff. When Black Gold's gone, it's time to look about the future. The future is those players, people who are on the team right now. My hair's all tangled, so I'm trying to untangle my hair. And you get a retwist. Like, I don't want to keep going back well, because of Black Gold. That's why those players aren't on the freaking team. Michelle Cooper. Like, why do we have to? I'm thinking about all these individual players and why, and like, so I'm thinking about why didn't they call this person up? Why didn't they call that person up? And it's like, we need to really use our friendlies to get these younger players playtime. That's what I think. Like, leading into the Olympics, leading into the next World Cup, and like we're thinking far ahead in the future. We need to start getting the young players more playtime in friendlies. That's what I think. I think a lot of the young players need to be playing in the friendlies. By the time the Olympics come around, by the time the World Cup comes around again, there should be no one on the team who's having their first major tournament. We're getting their first individual, they're getting their first US call up. You know, like a lot of them should be getting, a lot of people who are younger players should be getting their playtime during friendlies. A lot of them should get their tournament experience in the Sheep League's Cup. You know, and take part in more tournaments. Like I'm pretty sure you can fund other small tournaments, not necessarily like, you know, an Olympic styles kind of thing, but like something similar to the Sheep League's Cup, where it's just, you know, you're just getting people more playing time. You know, and that goes a long way. But that's it for me. That's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Y'all stay safe. Hope you all feel good, both mentally and physically. And I'll catch you guys. I've been your boy Anubis. I'm out of here. Deuces.